Let's talk about the congressional hawks in our government. America was attacked by an Iran-backed drone that hit our forces stationed in Jordan near Syria. President Biden is facing calls from so-called hawks in Congress to escalate attacks on Iran-linked targets, including Iran itself. This is in response to the deaths of 3 U.S. service members, maybe more. The Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, Republican from Kentucky, said not only in the frontline terrorist proxies, but on their Iranian sponsors who wear American blood as a badge of honor. Now stay tuned until the end of this report to find out why our politicians are motivated to go to war. Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, said in a statement that attacks the U.S. have carried out on the Iranian proxies outside Iran will not deter Iran's aggression, calling to strike targets of significance inside Iran. Senator Tom Cotton, Republican of Arkansas, the only answer to these attacks must be devastating military retaliation against Iran's terrorist forces, both in Iran and across the Middle East, said anything less will confirm Joe Biden as a coward unworthy of being commander-in-chief. Senator John Cornyn, in the post on X, said target Tehran, to be more specific, that he wants the U.S. to strike an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and its Quds Forces branch. Heeding these calls would risk significantly expanding and drawing the U.S. further into an already growing regional conflict that this reporter believes was created by President Biden and his lack of understanding where we are headed in this continuing conflict with Iran. Biden said the U.S. is still gathering the facts of this attack, but we know it was carried out by radical Iran-backed militant groups operating in Syria and Iraq. I'm going to stay with the facts because facts matter. The media was crying out through President Trump's term that he was going to start a war. There were no wars. Let's not forget that, people. I remember him saying to our enemies, and I'm paraphrasing, if one serviceman dies, anyone, anywhere, they will feel the full force of the American military. Because they feared him, no one died. Now the media starts reporting that the U.S. has been conducting strikes against Iranian-backed militants in Yemen and Iraq in response to attacks on the U.S. forces over American support for Israel. This is where I insert my point of view on the crisis created by the Biden administration. I blame him. My motivation is not pander to the audience that agrees with us, but to recognize that displaying weakness is often attacked by countries that hate what the West stands for. McConnell said, a Senate floor speech, he accused Biden of playing whack-a-mole against warehouses and launch sites, adding, until Iran feels that its own interest and its own IRGC officers across the region are threatened, attacks on U.S. forces will continue. I can't say that I disagree with him. Again, if we weren't perceived as weak and most likely wouldn't be in this situation today. There seems to be a lot of truth to his statement. Now, this is where my previous post, the day of the attack, was spot on about how our government would handle this attack because of the 3 deaths of the 3 service personnel. Maybe you can view the post from yesterday. It is linked to the end of this report. The mainstream media reports Biden will likely face an outcry from many members of his own party. If he's retaliated to the degree some Republicans are advocating for, there will be plenty of Democrats and rhino Republicans that will be doing payback for large donors from previous campaigns. That's why we need to beware of Nikki Haley's bid for the presidency. The media reports lawmakers across the political spectrum, and progressives in particular, have been increasingly critical of the administration's broad interpretation of executive war powers in recent weeks. Something I haven't heard. Have you? Let me know what you think's about to happen. This is MustangMedic reporting. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm working a teleprompter now. I'll get better. But know that you're appreciated. We are getting the equipment to do better. Please spread the word about this channel, and just know that I'm going to do the best I can to report the truth, be different than the mainstream media, And I think we'll grow because of it and because of you. Thank you for watching.